Well, Adelaide's big wet is finally showing signs of easing. Brenton Raglas joins me now live. Brenton, parts of the state certainly did cop their fair share of rain today.
Yes, Kate, it sure did. Adelaide has seen 116 millimetres this month, making it our wettest July in 17 years. Now, in the last week, most of the state has seen falls of 15 to 50 millimetres, rising to 80 about parts of the York and Fleurieu Peninsulas, Kangaroo Island and the southeast, and upwards of 120 about the higher peaks of the ranges. Now, all that runoff has caused headaches for our state's emergency services, responding to about 800 calls for help the last few days. Ben Avery has the latest.
If there's one place you don't want to live when it rains, it's here.
It's flooded right around the house. It's flooded right up to the paddocks where our horses are.
Neil and Sandy Young, among many Finnis residents, inundated.
It was awful. It kept us awake, so it absolutely hammered it down all night.
The occupants of this home on Main Road evacuated this afternoon, their neighbours also under threat.
We've lived out here roughly for about 11 years, and that's happened probably 5 or 6 times.
Emergency crews in a race against time, desperate to save the homes from major damage.
This rain's supposed to only stop in about an hour's time, so we should be right after that.
But the calls for help were coming from far and wide. Motorists struggling in slippery conditions, some stranded by flooded roads.
People need to be aware of that and do not drive through those waters.
On the Winding Gorge Road, a third rockfall in 2 days. The Department of Transport with the massive job of clearing debris. Crews are now placing concrete blocks and wire mesh on this cliff face to ensure that this section is safe. But the problem is, as the rain keeps on falling, it's hard to know where else in the Adelaide Hills an event like this is just waiting to happen.
People need to be aware when they're driving to drive to the conditions.
An exhausted SES says a reprieve can't come soon enough. Ben Avery, 9 News.